I am proud that we are a tolerant country committed to freedom of religion, but no one's religious belief should ever justify harmful practices. That means we must not accept the oppression of women and girls under any circumstances. No group should get a free pass. And that is why I wrote this report on the discrimination, harassment and abuse of Muslim women. I didn't feel that the Women and Equalities Committee's main report adequately covered the harms that come from within some Muslim communities themselves. It took evidence mainly from those with one particular view, without hearing from those with a different perspective. My hope is that this report will start a much-needed conversation on how Muslim women and girls should be treated in this country. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but we do need to speak about what practices we are comfortable with and what we are not. I have therefore made the following key recommendations. Firstly, we must decide whether it's acceptable for full face coverings to be worn in public spaces. This, of course, applies far more broadly than to Muslim women, but it's this group that is most harmed by it. Muslim women are individuals with personalities and ambitions, yet this covering of their faces anonymizes them, making it harder for them to communicate and build relationships across society. Secondly, religious attire for children. There is no Islamic obligation for them to cover their heads, yet young girls as young as 5 years old are wearing the hijab in British primary schools. This marks them out as different and makes it more difficult for them to participate in sport and other activities. It also puts them at far higher risk of vitamin D deficiency. No child under the age of 16 should be wearing the hijab at school. Thirdly, marriage. Up to 75% of Islamic marriages are thought to be unregistered. On relationship breakdown, this leaves the women greatly disadvantaged. Marriage law should be reformed to ensure that any Islamic marriage is legally registered, giving Muslim women the protection they deserve under law. Fourthly, cousin marriage. This is highly concentrated in particular Muslim communities. For example, in Bradford, where nearly 40% of Pakistani heritage couples are first cousins. Children from such unions are significantly more likely to have birth defects and special needs. This inevitably results in a greater caring burden falling upon the women in the family. Cousin marriages should be prohibited in order to protect the health of future children. And finally, female genital mutilation. It is abhorrent, yet there have only been 3 convictions in England and Wales to date. A national task force should be set up with the aim of increasing prosecutions for those committing offences, and any health and social care workers or teachers who fail to report it should lose their jobs. If we want to put a stop to this horrific practice, we must enforce swiftly and robustly against those inflicting this on women and girls. The UK is and should continue to be a tolerant country that respects people's beliefs, but that does not mean turning a blind eye to very real harms being inflicted upon women and girls. It is possible to both respect religious beliefs while still insisting that women's rights are non-negotiable.